Hello, friends. Thank you for tuning in again this week. This is Enchanting Little Soul. My name is Melissa. This is an overall reading for the week of Monday, July 4th through Friday, July 8th. This week I'm going to do this one, but I'm also going to do singular ones as well, have those recorded so that I'll be uploading those too. So you'll get a full week in terms of energy, and then you'll get dailies as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. Thank you for coming with me through this journey and developing this channel and developing my brand too. If you're interested in a personal reading or knowing a little more about me, you can go to my website in the description box below. It's called Lady Magdalene's Mercantile. Lady Magdalene is kind of the rules and restrictions and the Saturn Capricorn energy of my business. And Enchanting Little Soul is part of the soft, sweet, feminine underbelly. There's also links to my social media. I'm Enchanting Little Soul Tarot on Instagram, and it is a public account, and then my Facebook page as well. So, and I also have a Twitter if you're interested in following me on Twitter. Twitter tends to be a little less formal. I love Twitter. I write poems over there. I share photos and whatever. So Twitter's kind of a fun thing for me. And I don't have Snap or anything weird like that. I'm too old. I'm 45, right? Right. Okay. Anyway, so let's get started for the week. And again, thank you for all the likes, the subscribes. I am going to do, and also thank you for those of you who have purchased extended readings. I accept all forms of abundance. The extended readings for each sign are $5. It also works for your mate. So if you are a cross watcher and you watched your mates, and then you can watch the extended with that too. So that's being said, let's get into this week. We're going to use the Everyday Witch Tarot, probably the Light Seers, maybe a little bit of Mystic Mondays too. Those are my favorites right now. And then I pulled out a bunch of Oracle cards because I don't know what we need this week. We'll see, right? Thank you, Spirit, for being here with me today and helping my friends as well. So what's going on for Monday? All right. We've got the Strength card right off the bat, right in the morning. It's coming in the afternoon. The Hermit. I'll show all these too. Whoa. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so 3 major arcana. The energy of this week is super crazy. We have Chiron and the Sun in a I'm not sure which one it is because I'm a baby astrologist. I feel like they're working a lot together. So it's almost like if, and then Neptune is also in retrograde, okay? So things that are happening this week, we're going to have the thing that shows our most hurt, which is Chiron, and then we have the Sun, which is like makes us happy and joyful together. And I really feel like, and especially with Neptune too, I feel like this week you really need to trust your intuition. Part of my mission this entire time has been for women to get back to self and really trusting that inner gut feeling, because a lot of times we have been taught our entire lives to be polite, right? And well, you're not really feeling that way, maybe, or you took him the wrong way. Your perception was wrong. No, my perception was spot on. The dude was a dirtbag, you know? So this week, as you're having conversations with people and you're really kind of intermingling your energies, just remember to trust your gut. If you're going on first dates this week, I would push it towards the end of the week because I feel like Monday and Tuesday, we're going to kind of be on guard a little bit, okay? So that being said, Monday morning, we're going to wake up with the Strength card, okay? As far as strength goes, you see she's got the Lion, she's got her trusty familiar, and then of course the Witch. And look, she's got a past of tornado, right? The Strength card for me is all about, you know, basically dealing with your demons that you had in the past. And that's what this tornado represents. but knowing you can always stir it up when you need to. A lot of times we need to use that shadow side to remember who the fuck we are. And we don't take shit. I'm a very firm believer in don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff. So I feel like when she's like tamed the beast, it's like you've tamed all of those things that made you a monster before, but you keep them in your pocket. That's why we have dresses with pockets, right? We keep them in our pocket and we have to pull them out sometimes to defend ourselves or stand up for ourselves, right? Or it's just a reminder of, okay, this is where I've come from in terms of, I have all these lessons in my pocket. I have these lessons in my tornado and I can pull them out whenever I need to assert myself. Because that's another problem. Sometimes we're not good at asserting ourselves or stating our, what we need to state. So I love that we wake up in strength, because it's like you literally are waking up in your authentic self. Okay. If you don't listen to solfeggio frequencies, I highly recommend you do. I'm doing a whole thing this week on Facebook on my Facebook page of Lady Magdalene's Mercantile about solfeggio frequencies. So please tune in. Another person to watch is Royal Mystic Tarot. She does a lot about solfeggio too. So coming into the afternoon, we have the Hermit. And you can see hermits go, this is Virgo energy. And you can see she's really kind of going introspective. The Hermit goes out, the whole point of the Hermit card is the Hermit goes out into the woods and like hunkers down, seeks, inner truth, inner wisdom. And obviously she's doing that, finding her desire again with that fire. Okay. So again, waking up on Monday Monday's going to be fucking powerful. Waking up Monday with that, spirit of knowing your truth, and then coming into the afternoon with that is going to be huge. And then windfall in the afternoon or in the evening. The Wheel of Fortune typically for me is something that is more regarding, like, some people say it's like a windfall of money or something, but I really feel like at the end of Monday night, you are going to have a very fine feeling about all your hopes and dreams and desires. Like, you might even be laying there and going like, is this the job I want to do the rest of my life? Is this the person I want to sleep with the rest of my life? You might be evaluating your friendships. Like, is this the person that I want to be friends with? Like, you might be, and to me, that is all about getting what you want and desire and hope for. Okay, so Monday's going to be very, very powerful for you. All right, coming into Tuesday. What's going on for Tuesday? Crummy shuffle. All right, I see you, Spirit. All right. What can we tell our friends for Tuesday? Three of Cups. The Lovers. Four of Swords. July 5th, 2022. Tuesday. So you wake up with realizing who your circle is. I love this. To me, it's like mind, body, and spirit. But I feel like this also represents, because of the moon energy here, and they're all holding their feelings up, cups or feelings. I feel like this is also like you found your circle. You've got divine people. And I also feel like this is people in the past that may be supporting you too. Okay. So when you wake up in the morning on Tuesday, just know that whatever is coming at you, it's meant to come at you. And it's meant for your journey. Oftentimes, if you can switch your mind shift from it being an obstacle to being a problem solving time, or because there really is no wrong choice. And when things get tough, sometimes it's just, this is the journey that you chose when you were born into this life. And this is basically saying like, okay, here it is. This is sitting in front of you. This is the way it's supposed to be. And you have support, whether it's physical and on the other side too. Is that a fox? No, it's cats. And I love that the 3 cats are all playing. It almost looked like fox coloring to me, but it's actually like a tabby, an orange and black tabby cat. And they're playing with butterflies back there. Isn't that adorable? I love this deck. And all the stars are like shining down on you. They say sometimes the stars are just like a reminder that Spirit's peeking in, which I love that. All right, moving on to the afternoon, we have the Gemini card or the Lovers. Sometimes this can be a soulmate card, like maybe you're meeting your soulmate. Could be a Gemini, but could also be an Aquarius or Libra. It could be anybody really. But what I always like to remind people when I pull this card, and it's probably a reminder for you, that when you do meet people and you get into relationships are meant to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Synergistic, okay? That's my science brain, my nerdy science brain. Synergistic, where you're supposed to come together and create magic, right? And you guys working together, creating magic, being influenced by one another, you stating your case, the other person stating theirs, using that to create more. Synergistic means the sum of the 2 things working together create more than individual outcomes. Does that make sense? Do you like my hand gestures there? But this is a reminder that 2 people coming together can create more than just 2 people separately. However, you are 2 separate entities, okay? And make sure that each relationship that you have, whether it's business, you and your boss, you and your parents, you and your siblings, you and your lover, you and your children even, is a give and take relationship, okay? Sometimes as parents, we need to sit and listen to our children. I'm a parent of 2 teenage boys. One's basically got his foot out the door. The other one's still with me pretty much, but sometimes you just need to listen. Don't give advice. That's the other thing. Like, let's stop giving unsolicited advice to people. Like, let's just listen. I feel like as feminine, we're so used to fixing other people's shit and fixing our own shit on top of it that really take time to listen to people, especially on Tuesday. Now, it looks like you're going to do a lot of listening because you're going to go back and you're going to do some talking too. Swords are typically intellect and words and communication. And so chances are you probably are going to say some things that matter on Tuesday. So I don't know if you've got any business deals going, or maybe you've got lunch with besties or whatever it is, but you're going to go home and you're going to rest. Okay, and you're going to rest on your day, and it's going to be incredibly important for you to take the time to rest. Tuesday night might even be a good night for self-care. So, paint your nails, wear your mask, drink your special tea, take your bath, like do your little foot bath, whatever it is, maybe brush your hair, do hair care, whatever it is, like really focus on self-care Tuesday night. I feel like it's going to be important for you because you've had a pretty big Monday and a pretty amazing Tuesday as is. And I also feel like it's important to check in with yourself in the middle of the week several times. Let's look at Wednesday. Okay, this one already was out, so we're going to pull that up. 9 of Swords in the morning. 6 of Pentacles in the afternoon. Thank you. Page of Wands. All right. So the 9 of Swords, we wake up with the 9 of Swords. And I feel like sometimes when things are going good and like spectacular, we look back and kind of, hang our sword on all of our arguments. Remember, like what is that? there's a meme going around where the person's taking a shower and it's like, I'm sorry, I'm stepping into my false conversation machine, where like you're standing in the shower and you're reviewing like that argument that you had in 6th grade with that bully, things like that. So it's almost like on Wednesday morning, you wake up after your night of rest and self-care and you're feeling great, then you revisit all of your bullshit from the past, right? That 9 of Swords is also about like coming to the end of personal, like, I feel like I want to read from the book from this. By the way, if you do not have this deck, please get it. It's so stinking cute. But it's almost like you're revisiting like all of your pain and your trauma and like your arguments that you had, and or even like if there is one specific event that had like multiple things, multiple energy transactions, that you're kind of like revisiting that and you've like put it up. But I want to see what it says. Okay, so when she wakes up, the witch is overwhelmed with sadness, and there's no way for us to tell exactly what she's been obsessing over. Whatever it is clearly weighing heavily on her mind. So whatever situation that you're like super heavy on, and you might feel a little bit lonely. I feel like sometimes we do that after we've taken care of ourselves, and then we're like, to me, that is the transition between the old you and your ascension and what you're looking forward to in the next leap, so to speak. So she's sitting there and she's got all of her journals out and she's revisiting all of her past stuff, and even her bed looks a little monstery. That's kind of creepy. But also notice there is a bird right there early in the morning. Okay, so it's a new day. I just heard it's a new day, it's a new life, and I'm feeling good. Sorry, sometimes I sing really, really badly. But sometimes, you got to go through the pain to feel good again, right? And that it is a new day. So coming into the middle of the day, we have the 6 of Pentacles. To me, the 6 of Pentacles is abundance. It's energy abundance. It's the, the give and take of anything. Whatever you put your energy into, you're going to receive tenfold. So notice, to me, this is like a community thing. So I really, really hope with the way things are happening here in the US that people start really giving into their communities, almost like little pods, like working in villages, whether you live in a big city or a small community. Like for me, I'm working with a lot of business women in my community, women that have started yoga studios, because to me, they all matter. Clothing boutiques, they're who dress us. Marketers who grow greens and fruit and vegetables or animals, working with those families and those women to kind of support one another through these crazy times. That is what I'm called to do. It's not that I don't enjoy working with men, but I feel like right now I'm just trying to inspire and enlighten the female collective, because I feel like that's what's going to change our world. So giving and taking, maybe somebody's going to come to you and ask you for money. And I feel like this is specific. Somebody's going to come and ask you for money. And I don't want you to have the mindset of, I don't have it, or I really don't have anything to give. Or if you're like, if the person is asking you for knowledge and you're like, and they've asked you a million times, I want you to give them the honest mother explanation and be like, you have a world of, wealth within you, and you need to kind of cultivate something for you. I can listen to your problems all day and I can give you advice all day, but reality is the choice is within you. That way you are not giving more than taking. Does that make sense? And it's the same with money. If someone comes and asks you for money and it's a natural, like, you feel bad, they really are hard on their own times, that you go ahead and give it and just say, I'm going to give you this donation. I don't want anything in return. Okay. So I feel like that was 2 separate messages for people. So I would love to know what happens. Put it in the comments if you do. Coming into the evening, we have Page of Wands. And I feel like that's stemming from this abundance little transaction in the afternoon. Page of Wands is all about somebody bringing you inspiration. So maybe you're inspired by the transaction that you just had with either giving money or giving them motherly advice. And I almost feel like it's empowered you again. Like you're like, because of the softness and the kindness of the transaction, I almost feel like you're like, this really is a new life. And I'm feeling good, right? So I almost feel like that transaction is just like a whole new world for you. It kind of inspires you to like, okay, what else can I do in this manner to keep my life feeling at peace? All right. Coming into the afternoon Thursday morning. I'm running out of shuffle space. And I appreciate you guys dealing with changes in my setup. I'm kind of like that. I'm not always going to be at home because I want to travel and do retreats and meet people all over the world doing this. So I'm not going to always be in the same place in my window. Coming into Thursday. What's going on for Thursday morning for my friends? 3 of Wands. All right. Justice. The World. All right, Major Arcana on Thursday. Big Major Arcana on Thursday. So 3 of Wands, typically in the Light Seers deck, is a woman standing with her surfboard and she's kind of looking out over the seaside and the sun is going down. And typically when I pull that up, it is look at what you've worked on this week. Well, the 3 of Wands with this deck is almost clearly the same. She's manifesting. She's waving her wand into the ocean. And, you know, this comes after the Page of Wands, the night of. And then I feel like in your dream state, you're going through what you're going to do, like in the 2 of Wands in your dream state. So you're like, what am I going to do? Where can I travel? Where can I go? And then your 3rd is like, this is what I'm going to freaking do. Right? So maybe it's a choice that you're making to help you live your happiest, amazing, most desirable, passionate life. And you're like, where can I start manifesting that? So Thursday, if you're not already doing it, make sure you wake up. First thing you do, turn on some solfeggio frequencies, use YouTube, that's what I use, and start writing. And just write down all the things you want in your lifetime. Like truly, whether it's a house or debt paid, it can be the smallest. But I wouldn't go for the smallest, go for the biggest, because the universe will provide whatever you ask it for. Coming into the afternoon, we have Justice. So something is ending. It could be a court case. So I don't know if you're going to court on Thursday. I know we have some court things this week. So this might even be for me. But it's ending. And it might be Libra energy too. So you might be meeting a Libra, or maybe you're meeting somebody, a lawyer, or maybe even somebody in the police force. But it's all about balance. The other thing that happens is finding balance in your physical, your emotional, your spiritual, your creative life, you know, motherhood, fatherhood, if men are watching, you know, finding that balance of all of those things coming together. I almost feel like you're going to be meeting an officer. Also, don't speed. I feel like you might be getting pulled over, so don't be speeding because we don't need tickets right now, do we? At the end of the day is a world card. There you go. I've never been, but like Spirit was like, don't speed. Okay. So the world card is basically the end of a cycle. So maybe with this judgment and finding that balance, maybe it's the end, you know, truly the end of your cycle. When you go to sleep, you might have that feeling of like, okay, I think I can balance everything. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to feel balanced. And people don't tell you that. Like, we look at people, those of us who have been unbalanced before, we look at people and we're like, man, they got all their shit together. Like, seriously, they're losing weight. They food prep. They've got all the money they want. They've got all the friends. They're going on trips. They're always looking good and feeling good and radiating that. It takes a lot of work to do that and a lot of planning. So I feel like when you go to bed, after you've written out your life, like in the morning, when you go to bed, you're going to have that feeling of, I can have the whole world and I can manifest it. But you literally have to plan it and speak it and live it as if you already have it. Yeah. So literally, if you're like somebody, like for me, I'm working on intermittent fasting and like an anti-aging program. I've been anti-aging since I was 25 and I'm 45 now. So trying to get out of brain fog from like carbs and things like that. So I'm kind of working on my body right now and supplementing with some things and making sure I get more active. I love yoga and walking. Those are my jam. But I am trying to wake up in the feeling of I am my most healthy. Like, what does that look like? Now, for me, it does look like saggy belly, saggy arms. It does look like that to me, even in my mind, but I'm envisioning that feeling of most healthy because I'm 45 and I'm not supposed to look 25 forever, and I'm totally okay with it. I kind of like the things that sag where they sag. But I feel like as I'm living my best life, I'm thinking about it first and feeling what it feels like and then going about my day. And I have to do that every day. Otherwise, I let other people's, ideas and words hurt me and feelings or what they don't do. And I have a sense of lack, and it's all these other things that I'm not good enough. So I really have to focus on making things happen. And I feel like as women, if we do that, again, we raise the collective and we change the world. So there you go. Coming in on Friday. What's going on for Friday for my friends? Friday for my friends. King of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Whoops. So King of Pentacles in the morning is waking up with a huge sense of stability, or maybe you're sleeping next to a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus male, or it could be you. Women, especially all my Taurus women now, we are really heavily carrying this masculine Taurus energy. We are making business transactions. We are doing the do. We're making the business transactions and we're eating the cake too. Like, we are all in on our best life. And so waking up with that in mind, again, waking up and feeling in that abundance and writing about it, listening to your solfeggio, really cultivating the energy it takes to live your best life. Coming into the Nine of Pentacles, it's just a reminder, we always slip back a little bit. Like I said, maybe somebody's words kind of sting me a little bit or whatever, but you're almost there, okay? You're almost there in terms of getting all the stability, monetary. I always think of Tiana in the Disney animated film, Princess and the Frog. And when she sings, I'm almost there, she's wanting to open her own restaurant. And every time I see this card, I think of that. So it's like you're almost there. You're reading, you're drinking your wine, you're cultivating your within. That's what she's doing. If you look at this, she's drinking wine, she's reading, she's getting her knowledge on top of working the inside as well as the out to feel stable. And then coming into the evening, we have the Queen of Cups. Now she's coming to the water. She's bringing the food. It looks like she's got the cats. She's trying to feed the fish. So the Queen of Cups naturally nourishes everything and everyone around her. So she's watering the plants. She's feeding the fish. She's taking care of the cats. And obviously she's got a belly there. She's growing, you know, children. It's ultimate mother love here. So in the evening, I feel like, you know, Friday, you are going to truly take that time to live in that energy, which you should do every day. It's hard. It takes work to live your best life. It takes work. So the Queen of Cups is really going to, that feeling of when you lay down at bed at night, pull up the covers, you're going to feel like I did it. Like I lived a really good life this week. So you might hear my manager. Hello, dear. Let's pull some affirmation cards for our friends, shall we? So I'm pulling from The Soul's Journey, James Van Bragg. And we're going to pull some angels, gods, and goddesses too. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So remember when I was talking about that tornado and the strength card and the Leo energy in the beginning. You cannot change your past, but we can learn from it. Judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So people are going to feel different than you. They're going to have different life paths from you. And they'll have different boundaries than you. Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Yes, ladies, get creative. Pull out those coloring books. Write your stories. Write your poems. I'm going to spend more time on Twitter writing my poems this week. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. This is the success card, okay? So I'm laying those over to kind of affirm this amazing week for you. Again, the energy is going to be heavy, but I'm giving you the tools here, you know, to really push through that energy. Let's see what angels, gods, and goddesses have to say. We're just going to pull one of these. Ma'am. Angel of Finances, honor and give thanks for the blessings you are about to receive. So again, give the money on that Wednesday, give the money, but you will receive more than you could ever imagine, especially now that you've asked for it. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you for the comments. I hope that you watch this several times throughout the week just to kind of get a feel, and I would love to hear your feedback on the energy this week. All of my information as far as getting a personal reading done, which is really in depth, looking at your natal chart and things like that, and that is a video chat, is on my website. I will put links below. Please connect with me everywhere. I'd love to see where you guys are too. And I look forward to tapping in with you next week. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Namaste.